Is it working? Is it working now? Somewhat loudly. Yeah, sorry about that. Alright then, in that case, welcome to Hyperdimension Neptunia U, Action Unleash. I'm Ozdhaka, and we're gonna run the any percent, and unfortunately, due to my mic just dying horribly, we won't, this will be kind of bad, but yeah. Yeah, you might want to turn mine down a little bit. Alright. In that case, let's go ahead and start this up. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and ready to count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so welcome to chapter 1. We got 2 mandatory quests we gotta do before we can actually get to the actual world map. And the first one is, we're gonna go ahead and do the candidates first. We're gonna bring Nepgear and Ram into the mission. Nepgear is going to be really used for this mission. It's alright, Ox. I got my timer running, so in case we have any discrepancies, I can cross-reference it with. But anyways, since we're deploying Nepgear and Ram here, let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. Nepgear has a good dash cancel, where she can attack, dash, attack and dash, and she, as it's the best of the 4 candidates, this is the only mission that she's really used in because of that dash canceling. Later on, she just kind of hangs out. And Ram, meanwhile, is one of our main 2 characters that we use for this run, her and Bert. Because Ram is essentially going to end up becoming our power character, because her attacks, when transformed, end up doing a lot of damage in a short period of time. And since they're straight firing shots while transformed, she gets a lot of hits in there. It's 11 hits if you're attacking at point blank range, and while each individual hit is a little weak, you can actually get a lot of hits in, and each individual hit gets a lot stronger with certain pieces of equipment. Right now we're just trying to get past this bit, so there's also a skip on this stage that I still cannot pull off consistently. Even when I was trying to practice it this morning, I still can't really get it. I got it in like 1 in 40, 50 attempts, and I deemed it not really marathon safe. So instead we're just gonna go ahead and kill everything the normal way and just end up destroying everything. What I'm trying to do sometimes is, with certain attacks like Ram's EXEs, I'm trying to go ahead and attack as much as possible before I use my EXE, because I'm intentionally trying to avoid a detransformation animation that I failed doing that, because sometimes I just don't do enough damage. But it's one of those weird optimization things that I'm still trying to work out. So yeah, there's skips. It's very skippy. There's quite a few barrier skips in this game. The one in the CPU article is the only one I can't really do consistently. There's 4 or 5 others that are more or less just free. So on the CPU article, we're going to go ahead and deploy Vert and Neptune. Vert is, again, the other main character that we're going to be using for this run, because her purpose here is that she's fast. And it's because her heavy attack also moves her just about as fast as her regular dash. So chaining the 2 of them together gets us around all over the place very quickly. You can't spam it though, because otherwise you go into an attack flurry that actually slows you down really stupidly. Now here, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get slightly more than 35 kills, because otherwise I run to a spawn count issue where the boss at the end of this stage, after I get around a couple of spawn trigger, doesn't actually spawn, and then I have to go back and be really annoyed I didn't kill enough enemies. Then I just go straight to the boss and just murder the living snot out of it. Yep. Okay. I was wondering if I didn't quite get that, but yeah. We also don't try to transform with Vert until it's time to use the EXE, because Vert's heavy attack while transformed is actually slower than her untransformed version. So that's why one would generally leave her untransformed.
Now loading.
So after we go ahead and complete the first 2 articles, we're finally allowed to go into the world map as all at large, and actually deploy into the other 2 missions. So we're now going to go ahead and deploy into Dengekiko's mission. And Dengekiko is actually also has pretty good DPS. She's about 2nd best. And it's probably because after an additional light attack string, she can actually launch them up into the air and do this swirl of doom, and that actually does quite a bit of damage. And we will use it later when it's time for another couple of her missions, because we have to deal with some seriously tanky enemies later on. But for now, this mission, collecting some items. We need to collect 4 items in total. After collecting 3 of them, we can actually transform. It's incredibly, like the super attack I'm using, the SB skill, where she's just throwing lightning. It actually launches out pretty quickly and covers a pretty wide area. So, not to mention it's only a 1-cost SP skill attack, so you can spam it pretty easily. Now, after collecting 3 of the quest items collected, we can just transform and just smash and smash and smash. And what I'm trying to do is, I'm actually trying to, I'm also trying to get the 200 kills required to spawn the boss, which, since I'm close enough, I can just ESC. And I'm just going to go ahead and take advantage of this very long attack animation of the EXE to try and reposition the boss in such a way that I can try to get the boss to drop a little quicker and get its death animation running faster, because quite a few things in this game are gated by death animations. Yeah, I kind of screwed up there. 185, 190. That's what I like. Right now, I'm just kind of running at 190 at the moment. But I'm trying to actually stretch that EXE. I'm trying to stretch the kill count a little further, because if I can finesse it carefully, I can actually get her to grab the item while she's on the last hit of that attack, and then skip the detransformation animation. That's why every time I pull that off, it saves about 3 seconds, because then I don't have to sit through that. Also, here I'm trying to, on Famitsu, I'm trying to save up my netballs, because I'm going to need them later when it's time to kill the boss, this area. And Famitsu's going to need that, because she has pretty much the most garbage DPS in the game, at least at the start, because she's dealing about 40-30% of the damage that you would normally be running on most other characters. There's 2. Okay, that's pretty okay-ish. Okay, there's a boss at 130. I'm gonna try and let him just lure him over here while I'm trying to see if we can get some more kills and hope for some more netballs, because that means I can just spam this. Around 4 or 5 total attacks would be what I need. So I try to get like 2 or 3 netballs on the field, because then I can just murder it to death. And there you go. It's a lot faster that way than trying to use her EXE. It's so bad. that's chapter 1. And oh man. So after chapter 1, the initial set of articles are finished, and the girls are looking at us and are being very excited that they're actually being featured in an article. And then they can go ahead and go out and do some more quests, gain more fame, become more awesome. And while they're doing that, Almond's voice goes in and pops in, tries to doom the world and stuff, and it's like, yeah. But yeah, now we're back in the world map, chapter 2. We're gonna go ahead, no, not that one. We're gonna go ahead and go grab the power team. We're gonna go ahead and go finish up some more farming for metals, because the metals gate the items in this game, and in this game we're going to need 2 for the run itself. The first run is going to be obtained from the sunflowers, and that gates our item called a scramble engine. What that does is we go ahead and instead of having to get like 91 kills to go ahead and be able to transform, we got fully PSE gauge and can transform immediately. So we're just trying to go ahead and kill as many of these sunflowers as possible, and hope we get at least 150. Around 180 enemies kills when we can see the boss here, and that's when I check. There you go. That's good. Now we can just go ahead and just murder it. Oh, the ice. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about about detransformations on that, because the boss dies very quick. So, as a side note, there's a little stat bonuses on the items alongside the items, but we don't grab those because but yeah, now that we have the scramble engine, we equip it on everybody, even though Uni, Rom, and Blanc are probably not going to be deployed on this run because their talents aren't really needed per se, or their talents are just beaten out by someone better than them in that regard. Blanc gets especially shafted because she doesn't really have any use in the anti-percent, and there's no reason to really deploy her at all, even as a sympathy deploy, so why is everybody's PC, PS3 and whatnot is gonna be on fire? Alright, so now that we have the irregular quest, no, we don't have that yet. Now that we complete a couple quests, we have the irregular quest starting to spawn. But there's a particularly irregular quest that hasn't spawned yet. So what we're going to go ahead is complete one more quick mission to get that mission to spawn, because that's the primary gate to the other item. Now, that means we're just going to go ahead and just try to kill this whale. And generally in this game you don't want whales to attack, because if you let a whale attack, they go into a 10-second animation where they're just completely invincible and you can't actually do anything to them. There's a couple of missions later on where there's a mission later on where it's faster to just restart if you let them attack, because that attack animation is that long. It's stupid. So now that we have the desired irregular quest available, we're just going to go ahead and just go through some more dialogue saying, hey, what is going on with this quest? No, like, it doesn't show the actual conditions, it doesn't show really what's supposed to be going on, but for this one, it's a lot of terror killing. And there's a lot of terror killing involved, and in fact we have to restart in the middle of it, because otherwise we would not have enough medals for the second item that we need from this, from the medal collection. And that item is called the Maximizing Kidnaps. In Neptunia U, there's 3 tiers of items for 3 tiers of per item for most items. We'll go ahead and restart now. but three tiers of items, and the X for the maximizing kit is going to end up trading away 3,600 defense for 2,000 attack. And while becoming an insane glass cannon might be dangerous in this game, it's really not, because again, Ram is ranged and she can just shoot, move, and just murder everything left, right, and center. And Vert can just stab everything to death with her untransformed attack, because she moves so fast that enemies don't really get a chance to register her as existing and attacking. So it's very easy to just kind of stab everything to death with her. And at some point, it's just you don't really worry about getting hit so much, with only a couple of exceptions. We're gonna go ahead and see those kind of exceptions when we get to quest in chapter 3, where we end up fighting with Nagekiko and Famitsu in a quest that recommends level 30, and you're stuck being at level 10 and also having essentially no defense. So imagine getting 1 or 2 shotted by most enemies in the starting area. So for now, just going to continue killing turrets. We're going to need to kill about 531 of these. Where's that last one? Of course, it's a gold one hiding out behind there. Of course, it always does that. Yeah. Alright. But yeah, now... Okay, 183, that's very, very good. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure it's equipped on everybody. And the transformed characters would also appreciate it, so... Transform Ram especially. You would really notice it if you don't have it equipped here. So now we can go ahead and take care of the other 9. Take care of the other 9 irregular quests. First one is this really dumb one where 4 stone golems try to ambush you and you just EXE and just kill them. And it's kind of easy. It's just you literally just hold L, like you hold L bumper and then you just murder everything. L bumper X, let the EXE murder everything. Now, for this mission with Noir, this is probably one of her few uses because one of her skills, Volcano Dive, goes through walls and lets us kill, get the technically so-called simultaneous kill on this mission, because there's a whole 2 enemies and you have to kill both of them in about 2-3 seconds. It will technically count as a simultaneous kill. Oh, it says it Blanc here? Oh, that stinks. Yeah. Try at least let Blanc actually have some fun, but yeah, inconsistency kind of sucks. Oh, it's faster, huh? Now for this mission, it's literally it's kind of weirdly bugged in that when you're first trying to attack these enemies as first character, you don't do any damage, and yet if you switch characters, you can, for at least a few seconds, do actual damage to them. So we just switch from Neptune to Ram, transform, and just murder them with ice. There's gonna be a theme with this run where Ram kills a lot of things with ice, lots and lots of ice. And in this mission, for the fast one, the very fast moving 2, and then you just throw the EXE at it. Little optimization bit, if you let it move right next to you, and then EXE, and then make sure it doesn't get caught in the giant freeze blast that the rest of her EXE goes with, you can actually speed it up by not having to deal with that detransformation animation. Now for this mission, we're playing hide and seek, and we're just trying to look for 5 Dagu men. Where's that last one? There you go. They spawn in more or less fixed positions, but sometimes their spawning is just kind of questionable. Hello, Snowman. How you doing? And just kill the 5 of them, and you're just done with this mission. Now for the next one, for sake of menu and optimization, we're actually going to go do this RNG Metal Hell quest next, because if we leave these missions in this stage for last, we actually end up having a couple extra quests spawn, and it just kind of slows down menu because then we have to hit down a couple more times. So just clearing these out now speeds things up just a little bit. Now, this quest, it's the Metal Hell quest. You have to look for 80 medals on this quest, but the problem is that could be literally anywhere from 360 to 480 kills as far as I can tell. So trying to call this being anywhere consistent is not fun. It's very much not fun. It's probably one of... It's not hard in actual difficulty, it's just hoping. Just hoping that you get enough medals before it ends, and I don't know, I just don't like this mission still. It's just long, it's just boring, you just throw ice at everything, and they're not even remotely threatening. Stagus, tulips, and just mash, throw all ice at everything here. But we're actually at 300 something. I didn't quite check it when I was looking at when I was listening to the music at the same time, but at the very least, just going back and forth, it's just trying to get all these icicles in. 390. Come on, I know you can. Oh wow, that was kind of quick. 408 is actually pretty good. Yeah, 373 is pretty darn good RNG. Now, for this mission, it's literally just you pick Vert, you go to the whale, you throw an SB skill at it, and it dies. Maybe 2 if it decides to be an idiot. Like now. And then after you kill it and just do whatever, I'm just gonna go shove these dogs because why not? So after we finish 8 of the irregular missions, we get some more missions. So we go grab the last 2. So this first one, we go ahead and pick Ram because it's just kill a bunch of pixel invaders until the barrier behind us disappears, and then we can just go kill the boss. And then the last one, the last irregular quest to finish off chapter 2 is going to actually be kind of interesting, because that one is going to be an item hunting quest. And it just means that you pick the fast character Vert and you just run around, collect items, and you just go murder, and then you just collect everything. But yeah, 100 KOs. Usually I start thinking about moving towards the gate at around 95, 96. But if you miss it, it's not too much of a big deal because you're already close to the gate anyways. So now it's time to do some item hunting. The items will always be in the same place. There's always going to be 16 of them, and the only really RNG factor is where the Dagu spawn, because they can kind of gently shove you away from the items a little bit, but with the maximizing KX, they just kind of don't end up being a problem a lot of the time, and you're just dashing past through them so fast that they don't get a chance to attack. Let's try this. There you go. Yep. And that's all 10 irregular quests. So after we go ahead and complete the 10 irregular quests, we start getting news about this whole next-gen mech enemy trying to take over the world or whatnot, or destroy it or something. I don't know. It's it has a plot. It has plot armor, plot shielding that right now we can't destroy, but the game will, after a little bit of plot, will throw us against that boss anyway. And when I first fought that boss, like a few years ago, it took me about a good solid 10 to 15 minutes before I realized that the boss was actually unwinnable and unkillable, because at that time we don't have the thing that will let us break that barrier and kill it normally. And if she did not have that plot shielding, she would be dead. And I would probably just kill it by normal means, with not even using the speedrun tag that we were using, because the boss's attacks. Well, really, the thing is, the boss is just so easily stun-lockable, like pretty much everything else in this game. Very little. There's almost nothing in this game that has any sense of super armor or invincibility, where I can't stagger in any way, shape, and form. So we're just gonna go ahead and go to the unwinnable boss. She was nice enough to go ahead and throw us the very fast melee attack that takes only about a quarter second to initiate and hit us. Yeah, it's good. It's good attack RNG. It's better than the other slow attack that takes about a second or two to initiate and actually hit us. But yeah, we realized we can't defeat this boss because we don't have the thing that lets us kill the boss. So what we're going to go ahead and do is go back to basically the same stage as the CPU article. Go ahead and do our training there and try and find some way, somehow, to just shatter the barrier. So, after some more dialogue, we're going to go ahead and pop into Volcano Path, and here we go with Dengekiko and Famitsu's quest. This is, of the 5 missions in this batch, this is the only really hard one, because again, level 10 characters in a mission that recommends level 30. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and just use her really, really strangely good DPS attack, and try to make sure the Daku men don't try to hit us, either them or the mushrooms, because the Daku men will two-shot us and also have a paralysis effect, while the mushroom men will one-shot us. We let them touch us like that, bad things can potentially happen, and I'm going to be stuck with Famitsu, and even with the Maximized Kid X, he's still bad at killing things at times. So yeah, now that we wiped out the Dogman, and we can go ahead and start focusing on the mushrooms. The mushrooms in this stage are very, very tanky. Again, because of that lack of levels, but also because, I don't know, they just decide to artificially inflict the HP on these guys. It's slow. So what we're trying to do is we're interleaving both our skills and our really good DPS attack, because these are tough mushrooms. And what we're trying to aim for is 66 total kills, because that's when we can actually get past the barrier, that first barrier. The second barrier we're just gonna skip, because why not? And after that we can just beat up the boss and just end the stage, but right now, just tear him down, tear him down. What's that? Should be enough? Yeah, it should be enough. I can just throw 3 more SP skills and just call it good. Yep, we're good. Out of here. Now for the barrier, I'm just gonna go ahead and wiggle right next to it. Dude. Oh, come on. Oh, didn't quite go through. There we go. Oh. Come on, Dengeki, I know you can do this. There. Now, the boss. I did not aim it quite where I wanted to, but that's alright. Because then the boss just kind of wanders straight into me. I thought I would be able to get that little finesse, but not today, I guess. Oh well, we can do it another time. So that completes the journalist side of things. Now we go ahead and start moving to the CPU side of things. First up was Green Pastures with Vert. Now, since Vert got memed on and has no sister, she has to fight alone here, whether she likes it or not. So, and because we're using heavy attack, in this game, heavy attacks in this game actually damage your outfit. And considering that this is Tamsoft who made Senran Kagura a thing, and brought this particular clothing damage mechanic into Neptunia U, well, we might end up seeing a bit of a wardrobe malfunction at some point from both side of things. But now that I took those hits from that Kupo kitty, it's gonna be a little sooner than that. All right. But for now, we're just trying to kill these white pumpkin birds. And though I don't think they're actually supposed to be called pumpkin birds, technically. What was it? I'll think about it later. But for now, we're just trying to kill as many of these guys until we hit 95 kills. Because then that's when the barrier actually disappears and we can just move on. Then we get to the targets of the quest and we just kill them and oops. Poor for her. Alright. So, little weirdness here. What I'm actually trying to do here is I'm actually transforming. It's like I transform and then EX because then the enemies would actually walk towards me, so I can actually hit them. Yeah, I mean, it is easy on the Vita, but I didn't have a Vita, so. So after we go ahead and get past a couple of the quests, of these special quests, get some more quests. So now that it's White Serenity time, and that means we have a choice of Blanc, Rom, and Ram. We're not gonna give Blanc even the sympathy for it, because it's just so slow on this, and I technically don't like her EXC on this mission. I generally prefer ROMs in case I screw things up, and sometimes I screw things up because the whales at the end of the stage are also jerks. But and just get some more of these more domes kill, or domes. But just throw ice. It's literally just on this mission, Brad kills everything. Like she kills pretty much everything else. Let's see, there we go. Just position the whales close to each other. EXE, they dead. Yep. At least she showed up once in her game. She shows up 0 times here. Rip. So that takes care of White Serenity. Now we get to go ahead and move to Black Regality, and we get to go ahead and do my favorite stupid barrier escape because it's more or less free if you can aim it right. But if you can do it, you can do it, and it's so mind-boggling easy. Yep. even a little minor screw up there, I can just wheel back around and just pull it off pretty easily. Then we get to the boss area, and then we just throw shockwaves. And that mech decided to go ahead and go to a strange place and launch herself backwards. That's okay. Just gonna go ahead and throw one more extra shockwave just in case. Then we're gonna go ahead and EXE and just kill them. Here in this game, Noir's shockwave attacks from her EXE, shockwave attacks from her transformed heavy attack. It's actually pretty much her best attack here. The rest of her attacks are just a little too slow and just leave her a little too vulnerable. And we're just gonna go ahead and shockwave them to death. Now in Purple Progress, it's just more shenanigans. We're just gonna go ahead and just kill a lot of things. We're actually gonna go ahead and aim for 165 kills here to get past this first barrier. The second barrier is the same barrier that the one that we will end up skipping. In CPU article, and so we're gonna go ahead and skip the same one here as well. A note that these pie shells also have a terribly long death animation, and what I'm trying to do here is I'm actually trying my best to keep these pie shells, I'm trying to keep my attacks away from the pie shells after they after I kill them, so that they can actually start dying properly. Because their death animations are much longer than that the Dagus and the ghosts here. So just trying very, very hard not to let them, try not to hit them too much. And then after we get to 165 heals, we can just move on. Now, just wheel past barrier. Bye. Same barrier, same method. Now we're just gonna go ahead and go through another, past another couple of spawn points so that we don't end up spawning those enemies, and then we just go straight to the end of the stage and use Neptune's 2 mid-air jumps to get there a little faster. Both Purple Heart and Black Heart have 2 mid-air jumps, and each of those 2 mid-air jumps you can also dash with, so you get here a little faster. And now we're here. All 5 of the missions done, and now everyone here has the power to break the plot barrier and just finish things off. And so, more dialogue. CPUs try to wake up very early to go fight the boss. Then the candidates wake up, realize, hey, they're not there. Now we're just gonna go ahead and follow them. And, well, most of them are just gonna get silent. It's very Ram showtime. So, first up, deploy the special attack that we use on literally on this stage and pretty much nowhere else, because this is actually kind of a bad attack, all things considered. Just go in. Then you have to attack very quickly with a skill, because otherwise she will hit you. Usually she uses a fast quarter-second attack, and if you let her hit you, you might as well restart because she hits hard. Because again, low defense. Then you throw 6 canister dances in total. 3 on the transform version, 3 on the untransform version. Then you throw the EXE. Just let her walk past her blades. Then you make sure you switch to Ram, transform, EXE, and well, after that it's pretty much it. Ready? That's time. It's not too bad, even with still lots of rust on my runs. I'll certainly take at least 38, 35. Well, 38, 41, yeah. Oh. Yeah! And that's that. So, finish up some dialogue. Nep says something about this being a hard boss. It is not. And I'm gonna let the last bit of dialogue pop up while we go ahead and let this go. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening in. This has been a fairly fun run. I probably would have given a much more coherent commentary for the fact that I'm still kind of half asleep, but it's okay. Still crazy, it's still fun, and well, we're just going to let the CPUs and CPU candidates just look at the second batch of articles, look at how awesome they are. And I'd say thank you for watching. It's totally dead. Yep. Yeah, I did a whole lot better, and partly because it was just a matter of better task manager allotments. So yeah, that's partly how I got like a 2-3 minute time saves, just managing things a little better. But yeah, thanks guys. We'll see you again another time, alright?